Okay, fine. So let's start the session. So basically, the agenda or the discussion of today is mostly about the the latest or recent pattern that we spotted, right, in the data, right. So that will be the focus of the discussion, and the discussion is about the futures index futures data, right. So essentially, what we are going to see is that how the futures data is influencing the market move, right? So what you see in Slack alerts is mostly options data that you are seeing, right? Futures also there is data, but that is not sorted well at this point because, as I said, it was useful earlier, and earlier the rules of the game were different, and from this month, I think the rules have changed from what I have seen or observed, right? So it was an uh, early spot, or yeah, because this started happening from roughly 15-20 days, right? So essentially, it's an early spot. So yeah, so without wasting much of time, I'll just straight down get into the discussion, right? So I'll first give an outline on what exactly we are looking at, right? See, we are looking at the index futures data. So I'll just share my screen. Um, yeah, yeah. So let me know, guys, once you're able to see my screen. I think should be able to see now, right? If somebody can confirm.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, we are able to see.
Yeah, okay, fine. Fine. So what you're seeing here is the index futures data on the website oanalytics.in. So once you log in, this is the first page that you'll browse to, Delta OI, right? So, so excuse me. Here you can see the index futures data, as you can see here, index future October Bank Nifty, right? So and similarly, you can also see it for Nifty, right? So if you change it to Nifty, the Nifty's data will load up, right? So this is the data. Now, coming to the main part of it, the pattern or the recent pattern that I was talking about is that, so at a successive intervals like 10 to 30 minutes, right? So interval after interval, if there is a continuous addition in the open interest, right? So I'll show an example to you from today itself so that you will be understanding it easily. So if you see this particular two records at 10:40, 10:50 and 10:50 to 11 o'clock, right? You can see 51,500 and 52,200, right? So this totals up to 100K, but any such records like this, two or three records uh, totaling to anywhere above 80-85,000, right? So successive two or three records totaling to 80 or 85,000 is the condition. Okay. So what you see here is 52 plus 51, which is about 103, right? So let's say we take this. So here it's not matching up. Here also it's not totaling to 80, 85 like that, right? So that is the condition for Nifty, right? Only fresh addition, no exits, only fresh addition. And here again you can see 109,000, right? So this is one record, but still valid because it is totaling to 109,000, right? So these are the things where you need to focus on. Okay. So now, what is the point is? So once you see such consecutive buildups, so what you do is you take the low of that range, right? So here two intervals range has to be considered. The high of the range is 18,232.6, and the low of the range is 18,166, right? So if you go to the chart, And if you mark that, I'll just show you. So for marking, you can use this feature price range. There is one feature. It's very easy. So here I have to mark 18 165, 166 to be precise, and 18 230 2.6, right? 232.6. I'll mark this one, right? And what needs to be watched is that, so immediately after this happened, right? So after this happened, so whichever the direction the price takes will create a good amount of trend. Okay. So just a minute, let me connect my battery. So basically, once you see this, you go and mark the high and low of the range, right? And that's what I have done here. And if you see, the thing that should be happening is that at the lower end of the range or at the higher end of the range, you should basically see at the lower end of the range if the price is holding up or price is taking support, and then after that it is breaking the high, then it's a breakout. Okay. And similarly, if it is failing at the highs, right? If it is failing to even scale to the highs and it is breaking down, it will give a downward trending move, right? So this is how trends develop. Basically, intraday trends are developing like this. This is not a positional thing. See, this is 15-minute. You can see these the trend here. You can see it as like less points or something. But if you see the number of points, it is like from 18,160 we made a low of 18,075 in futures, right? So that's a trend of about 95 points, right? So now let's take this on. So you can use this range on any interval. 5 minutes also you can assess this, so that you get the see. Don't go below 5 minutes because it'll create some uh, noise, right? So if you see this, so here you can see this strength coming in this candle. You can clearly see, right? And here a dozy and then no follow up, right? So whenever that follow up came over here, right? Whenever that follow up came over here, so this is when the breakdown is confirmed basically. So this requires price action basically. So but the range we are deriving it from there. Okay. So and then whenever it is going even upwards, right? So this is by closing it went, right? So but after this breakdown we see a move till 18,075 levels, right? So basically these trending moves can be identified using this particular series of consecutive open interest buildups. So this is just one example. Now we'll also go to bank nifty. Okay, so we'll also check for bank nifty and see. So once we discuss this, then we can take some questions and then look at more examples, and any queries that you guys have, we can discuss that. Okay. So now if you take bank nifty, right? So this is
Sudhir,
the if you see at the opening we got. So in nifty we didn't get at opening like this, but in bank nifty if you see the first three intervals, and the rules in bank nifty is that the consecutive additions, two or three, maximum three, should total up to 50k, right? So in Nifty it is 85-90k, in Bank Nifty it is 50k.
Sudhir,
Okay. So here if you total all this up, it is more than 50k. So same rules apply here. Mark the low and high, right? So 647 is the low, 799 is the high. Okay. So I'll just mark that. I think I did.
Sudhir,
No.
Sudhir,
Okay.
am I audible?
I'll just close this.
Yes, you are audible.
Srujan, I think there are two guys who are waiting to join this meeting. Can you just accept them?
They accept and yeah. There.
Okay.
There.
Okay. Fine.
There.
So this is the range in the Bank Nifty. This is the range, right? And below this, so this is all yesterday's action. Only it starts from here basically. So here, from here, it is today's
There.
action. And if you
There.
see here, we tried going down here once. This is the first instance on 15 minutes where we tried to go down, right? And the next candle lagged follow up and it has bounced off. And again we tried here, again we bounced off. So these failure of follow up will tell you that there is no follow up coming on the downside, right? So and then upside breakout comes like this, right? So but the trend will definitely happen only provided you see these open interest additions coming in basically. So I'll show other examples as well. This is just one example, but I'll show the other examples as well, right? The basic idea is that you mark a range where there is a lot of positions that have been built up. So this is the basic idea. So we mark a range where there are positions built up, right? And then we tend to see, so we don't really get on the breakout immediately. So we watch it for some time. So we watch what the market is doing with the range. So whether it is getting a follow up selling, if it is failing at the lows, then that is a clear indication that like later we'll get the upside breakout. Just a minute, guys. Okay, just a minute, guys.
సుధీర్ అందుకే ఫోన్ చేసింది యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తాను.
Srujan, I think our voice is not audible to Sudhir.
Sorry guys, I'm not able to hear your voice.
సుధీర్
Is everybody able to hear my voice?
నేను వినపడుతుంది, మాది వినపడుతుందా?
Hello?
రీజాయిన్ ఎండ్ చేసి మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ చేయి.
Hello guys, tell me if I'm audible. Okay, otherwise I'm not really sure if I'm
You are
audible
audible.
or not. Okay guys, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not able to hear you guys. I think there's some problem, seems like. It's okay. You can chat, you can just text in the text box. Because I am sharing the screen, I was not able to see earlier. Okay, fine. Fine guys. So basically that's the idea. See, I'll just outline it basically. See, the main part is that wait. See, we first spot, right, the range where the positions have been built up, right? So this is our first task, right? So you keep monitoring this futures data, then you will be able to do that, right? So if you keep monitoring the futures data, this data, then you will be able to do that, right? So, and as I told you, for Nifty, consecutive 2 or 3 intervals adding up to a minimum of 80k change in OI. Okay, so similarly For Bank Nifty, it is 50K. Okay, so this is the condition that you need to identify in the data. Okay, so once you identify that, this is step 1. I'm just writing so that it is clear again. Okay, step 2, mark the high and range, high and low range of these 2 or 3 intervals. So depending on how many intervals that consecutive addition has come up, not more than 3, only up to 3. Okay, so then step 3, see what the market is doing at the lows and highs. Okay, so within step 3, so if you spot a failure to sell off below or failure to rally above the highs, right? So this is an indication that okay, accepted guys, accepted, already accepted. Just a minute, somebody is calling me. Hello, bro, you're late and you're disturbing me within the session, man. You can join on time, no? Yeah, I'm accepting now. This is guys, you should come on time, you should not disturb like this in between. Okay, so basically, so once you mark the high and low range of these 2 or 3 intervals, after that, so there is no hurry, there is no fear of missing out. You just see what the market is doing at the lows and highs, right? So usually if you see a failure to sell off below the lows, right? Yeah, failure to sell off below lows is the first condition, right? So here, this ultimately what it does is leads to a rally above the highs. Now let's add something else here. See, now if you see that okay, there is a failure to sell off below lows at that range, right? So now if you try to find data points, which support why this failure is happening, right? Why this failure is happening, that would give more conviction to you, right? So for example, to say about today's failure in Bank Nifty at the lows, so this was happening from not from today but from 2 to 3 days, right? So it was happening from 2 to 3 days, and one data point you can correlate is the 37,000 call, which was added at about 2,000 rupees, right? So which ultimately, or which gives a support of about 39,000, and here it is even holding 39,600 from 2 to 3 days, right? So and the outlook is bullish and it is failing at the lows, so ultimately it leads to a breakout here. So basically I'm trying to tell you, so if there is a failure to sell off, so there will be definitely data points. If you find that, it will giving you more conviction. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so same thing, failure to rally above the highs. So same thing here, this ultimately leads to what? Leads to sell off below lows. For this also, if you can find good data points, right? So these data points are usually found in weekly OI channels. You don't need to screen all the Bank Nifty option alerts and Nifty option alerts channels, but it need not be on the same day. It could be before also, but only condition is the positions should be still open. That is the only condition. But any relevant data points that I am talking about here, whether it is supporting failure of sell-off or supporting failure of rally, it will be in the weekly OI channels, right? So this is one thing I want to tell, right? Yeah. So this is the idea. So now I'll take some questions on basic the setup, and then we'll see more examples from the starting of the month so that you will get more clarity, right? So before that, I think yeah, I'll take some questions here.
Let me go first, Sudhir.
Just a minute, I'll reconnect so that I'll be able to hear, or if you can type in your questions in the chat box, I think that would be better, if that is okay.
నేను మాట్లాడేది వినపడుతుందా నీకు?
Okay, so let me disconnect my earphones. Maybe that is creating some problem, I guess. Otherwise I'll be able to hear you guys. Guys, can you speak now?
బాబు వినపడుతుందా?
Yeah, I'm able to hear Srujan. Yeah.
Hi, Sudhir. Let me ask you the first question.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, when you say two consecutive signals,
Yeah.
is there any condition that both the signal has to be either on the short side or on the long side?
No. There is no such requirement. The only requirement is the consecutive addition. That's it.
Consecutive addition.
Yes. Addition. Consecutive.
Addition of open interest. It might be a long build-up or short build-up. That is not a problem.
Yes. That is not a criteria. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how that is justified, Sudhir? Like
because it is justified because see, there are positions getting created, right? So people are adding positions in that particular range, correct?
Okay.
Now the market has to honor someone, basically.
Mm-hmm.
See, market is going at the lows, it is failure to sell off, and it is going at the highs, it is failure to rally, right? So ultimately market has to honor someone.
Fair enough.
Right? So that is why if we don't know who longs will win or shorts will win, based on price action we will identify basically.
Okay, we are basically trying to assess the range based on the addition of open interest.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Correct. And will it not be exactly or more or less equal to the first 15 minutes candle or first?
No, because
it will not be equal.
No. It will not be. It will not be because see, if you take the Nifty's addition today, it is somewhere in between the day. It is not first 15 minutes.
Okay.
I'll just open. That was about 1040 to 1050's range.
Okay.
So it will not be first 15 minutes range.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So if you see Nifty, the first edition came up at 1040 to 11.
Yeah.
So there's no first 15 minutes edition in Nifty.
Oh, okay. This is where our second criteria comes into picture. The sum of the open interest should be more than 80k or 50k in terms of Nifty and Bank.
Yes.
Until then, we will have to wait.
Correct. Until then, there will be no direction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
Good. Thanks, Sudhir.
Yeah.
Sudhir?
Yes, sir.
All right. So the first question is obviously you have a time interval selection in the chart on your website, so that remains at 10 minutes, I assume. So
yes, that is 10 minutes, sir. Yes.
All right. And also in terms of the range that it makes, now can the highs and the lows of this range in case of its range bound, can we also treat this as a support resistance range as well for trading within the range?
Yes. It can be treated as a support resistance. Yes.
Okay, so we can't, in case the range goes higher, we can't use that as a support resistance trade within the range as well, right?
Correct. You can use within the range trades also. Like if the range is giving a failure at resistance, you can sell that.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, any more questions, guys?
So, are there any alerts for this that we can set on the website, or do
See,
we need
actually,
manual?
there are alerts, but let me check once. There are alerts for this. Okay, let us check today's. Okay, yeah. So alerts basically you can see this 24 has come up here, and 18 has come up here. 24 plus 18 is about 42, and then 20 has come up. So Bank Nifty is already factored in, but Nifty is not factored in here. I'll try to factor in that. So until that point, I think you can use the website directly.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yes, right. Bank Nifty will definitely come because I know the filter here. But Nifty earlier it was a very high filter, and now things have changed significantly. Okay, so earlier the filter was about 100,000. Minimum of 100,000 quantities used to come like every now and then, but now is not the case. So I had
Got
to
it.
change the filter now. Yeah.
So, just one more hypothetical question. So, let's say you got, so like considering the example that you're giving today at about 1040 to 1050,
Yeah.
where you had a cumulative addition of about 100K.
Yeah.
Now, what happens if you, let's say, after an interval of four periods or 40 minutes, let's say you get another cumulative addition as well? Do we hit the old range, or do we add that to this range? I mean,
No, we stick on to the range because that is still valid only. Even in spite of the fact that addition comes again, the original range doesn't lose its validity.
So we add a second range to the charts as well?
You can add the range and see from there if the follow-up move is coming or not. So that's a different, like the different area, right? So
yeah, I'm assuming so. Yeah, like I said, so let's say if we do get, let's say you've got at 1050, you've got a cumulative of let's say 100K as per the rules.
Yeah.
Let's say half an hour later.
No, I think I can answer that question like in a little bit practical way, right? So now if you take, as you said, this is the 52,000. The range of this is about 18,232 to 18,166, right?
Right.
Now I have marked that. I have already marked that, and you can see this one, right? Now going forward, as you said, there is a 100K that comes up. Okay, you can see here there's a 100K that comes up, and the range of this is about 18,105 and 18,150, right? 18,105 and 150. So if I mark that, yep. So if I remove this one and consider this as a fresh one, okay. So if you see it tried to go lower above this range. When immediately sold off, it reversed and formed a engulfing candle over here. Can you see? Right. So this is a kind of a failure to go below. Right. So here, if you have some data points supporting a bullish view and this breakout, so this breakout is a valid breakout again. So it's independent of the previous one. So previous one already gave some move down, right? And as you said, these things, these positions do come up, but these don't come up very often. Like today has been a very volatile day, so it has reversed in within seconds. As you can see, it's like but it's not an everyday affair that okay, this is a trend, and immediately you will see a reversal like this. But if it is happening, then you will know from here.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. So basically, these positions, once they get added, so they are able to drive the market, is what I've observed.
Right. And can we use historical ranges as well for future trading as well? I mean, for future points?
Yeah,
So these-
historical ranges you can definitely use, but I would suggest not to use.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that you'll also have to kind of negate those with any unwindings, large
No,
unwindings.
I'm saying like, see, it's always better to use the most recent ranges than historical ones, because see, positions getting added every day, right?
So you think we should stick to specifically for intraday, or just 2-day or 3-day positionals
Yeah,
as well?
max 1 to 2 or 3 days max.
Okay, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, that would be better because market is so dynamic and positions get changed within minutes.
Fair enough. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sudeep, this is Vinay.
Yeah.
I have a query.
Yeah.
So, do you see with Nifty getting rejected at a tail at 18,077 or something?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of initiative buying, or it's just a rejection and for it has gone up for
Initiative buying, definitely initiative buying. That's what we have seen here. This is a clean drive. This one.
Okay.
So clean initiative buying. I don't think there is a single print formation. Is there a single print formation?
I think there is a tail at 18,076,
Yeah.
75, 76.
Yeah, let me check. Yeah, so there is a tail here, and this tail is understandable because you see the tail over here.
Okay.
It exactly made a low to the previous tail. So this is where previous tail has come up, and today it has reversed from here.
Okay.
So
But one more thing. Yesterday, the entire whole day, November 19,000 put was building the position.
Yes.
But today, unfortunately, that guy was not appearing itself.
No. See, these guys know. These guys, they know that the market will give a like opposite move. Also, they will try to hold. Okay. Because if you remember, 18,500 put from October.
Yeah. I remember.
Right?
Yes.
It was added at 7:30. Okay.
Yeah.
And it went to even 980 after that.
Yeah.
Right? See, they are having the capacity to hold it.
Okay.
So once we identify or recognize that, and the market is taking a U-turn, then I think we can also get onto that basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So today, after giving a scare, 19,000 put guys have ultimately, I think, taken control.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they didn't give a chance to anyone. So
yeah.
Fine. One minute, guys. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Hello.
This wheat tender, what I'm new to this. How what you
Sorry, sir.
No, this wheat tender you just share the screen, right? So
yeah.
Just explain if it is.
So this is a market profile chart, sir. This is a market profile chart.
Okay.
So if you don't know how to read this chart, I have made a YouTube video course for this. Okay. You can check the channel, and in that very detailedly I have explained how to see this chart.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
So what we are trying to look into this, but
sorry.
What we were trying to look into this chart for as of now to confirm it.
No, basically, Vinay was asking if there was initiative buying today. Then we were trying to look if that initiative buying has come in. So initiative buying usually leaves tails like this, single prints like this. So if you see, the low today was exactly matched to the previous single print buying area.
Yes.
So exactly by a tick also you can see. It didn't go one tick below that area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
That was what we were trying to see.
Yeah. Got it. Thanks.
And what channel can we find this on? Sudhir, I'm sorry, I'm new to the group, so you just have to bear with me.
Sorry, sir.
I said, what channel can we find this on? You mentioned a YouTube channel. I'm new to the group, so
Okay, okay. I'll post the link in the WhatsApp group. You can check from there, sir.
all right, great.
Yeah.
So someone has texted you the questions.
What, Srujan? Questions. Okay. Should these data points be around the same time as the future positions creation? No. This is not a mandatory condition. It can be around any time. Only condition is that the positions should still be open. That is the only condition. And there is a concept of big money hunting the stop loss retailers and reverse the chart. Can we identify such alerts with OI alerts in advance? Okay. See, I'll tell one thing. See, these alerts are coming. There are a lot of alerts that come, right? There are a lot of alerts that come. I will tell one thing in these alerts. See, if somebody is entering very late into any position, okay, very late into any position, market never gives them a reward. This is what I have observed. And in majority of the scenarios, the big guys enter into positions very early. Okay, very early, even before the move starts, they enter into those positions, right? So I'll tell an example. Let's say let's take today, right? So let's take both the example of call and a put, right? So now let's take Bank Nifty. That is a good instrument to look upon today, right? So let's take 39,500 call example. Okay. Now, yeah. So the market opened. Yeah. So the market opened like this, right? And it went lower in the first 30 minutes from 39,830 high. It went lower till 39,644, right? So somebody, by seeing this, if they have shorted a call like this, right? So, and here the premium is also most important thing, and I will also tell guidelines for the premium basically. So Bank Nifty, any premium below 300 rupees, if somebody is shorting a significant quantity and price is not literally getting any follow up, I'm telling you they will fail. Okay, so you notice this on any except expiry day, any other day, if you notice these things happening, right? On expiry day you can put it as below 100 and against the trend. If somebody is trading, they will get punished. Okay, so any day I'm saying, if somebody is selling an option for less than 300, and from their entry price, if they're not getting a follow-up move and the market is trying to move opposite, so then they will definitely get punished. Okay, so this is what I've observed. And for Nifty, this usually is like 40 to 60 rupees options. If somebody sells without a follow-up move, they will get punished. Okay, so if you see this example, right, so first they have sold it at 280, 238, this being an expiry day. This is expiry day. So 280, 238, and then it went without even going above the highs, it went lower till 139, 125. Okay, then if you see, suddenly a bigger guy has come up with 464,000 quantity, which is much higher than these quantities, right? So until that point, no quantity is higher than this. Okay, and this guy is very late to the game because he is following the price here, right? So after this has happened, so he is entering over here with a much higher quantity. Believe me, smart money never does this kind of stuff, selling a very cheap option, right? So let's say they have sold it at 165, 151 consecutively, 600,000 quantity, right? And this is about 11 to 11:20, right? So 11 o'clock to 11:20. This is the 15-minute candle in which these positions have got built up. So if you see Bank Nifty subsequently, it is trading in a strength, right? 15-minute, 4 successive candles, green candles have been coming, right? And then here it lagged follow up again, right? So this is a scenario where option writers will get trapped. Okay, so you are saying no stop loss hunting or whatever it is. It's not stop loss hunting. So basically, it is something. It's something somebody is going against the market basically, right? So that is those are the guys who get punished. And here the quantities are the most important thing. See here, if you see these quantities and these quantities, so this is where there's a significant shift of positions happen. And understandably, these positions are coming only because the price is going lower, right? And price after going lower, immediately it stopped and started reversing again, and it is not showing that weakness again. But these positions are still open, right? And then what happens? From 157 it hit a 205, okay, and some 300,000 quantity exited, okay. You know who these 300 guys will be? These opening guys. Those guys will take exit, okay, and then they will take a ride for the late guys. This is what happens, okay. So this is what happens. And again here it went lower, 264 again. Here at the low somebody squared off, and after that from 135 it made a high of 385, right? So these are the scenarios you should be able to identify. So for intraday, these writers who are not able to get success is where it gives you the option buying trades basically. I know I've given a long answer for this, but this is how it is.
Right. So, Sudhir, just a follow up to this question.
Yeah.
You were particularly studying 39,500C in this chart. So, what are the parameters as per the data which will lead you to pick up this strike price, or is it just picking up the highest OI option change?
Okay, so I will share it to the rules book separately.
Yes, sir. I get your question. So the strikes that you have to see is basically will be within this top 3. Okay. So there is no need to go and look at some other strike. So it will be within this top 3. So if you take it 11 o'clock, that like in the morning basically before all this up move has come up, so you will notice that strike to be the strike with highest additions basically. Let me yeah, so here you can see, right, so at 1240 kind of stuff, if you see 39,500 call, 39,600 call, and so 39,500 call, 600 call, 500 put are the top added strikes basically. So if you just scroll down through the data of these 3 strikes and see how the market is really moving, then you will understand what is the move that is going to come. Okay, so
I assume you'll be helping us on the clubhouse room with this commentary as well, right?
Srujan will be helping with that, sir, and he will also be giving some I think trades intraday, right? So that will help you initially, but over time I think you should spend some time and try to understand this stuff.
Yes, absolutely. I think because I mean I've never looked at OI data for my trading.
Yeah.
It seems to be a little overload of information as well.
Okay.
I think it's a wonderful tool.
Yeah.
One should understand it properly to get benefited. Very good. I've been using for last 6 months or maybe more than that. And every time I have come up with something new, something you get something new every time you start digging something. So it's been a wonderful tool for me as such. I've discussed a lot of things with Sudhir, bro, and he has discussed with me a lot of things. So kind of you need to keep asking, you need to keep digging things to get to know.
Yeah, it needs effort, definitely. That's what I would say. If you're not having time for that, I think then only commentary is the way. Srujan will be able to help you.
No, absolutely. The idea is really to learn how to kind of analyze the data.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm just trying to figure it out.
Okay, fine. So with that note, I would say like we'll see like 2 to 3 more examples of this recent pattern of index futures, so that it will be more clear. And if anybody has any questions on that, you can ping in right now. Otherwise, we'll just see like 2 to 3 more examples, so that you understand it much better.
Srujan, any specific reason for sticking to index futures?
No. Today's session was intended because this has been a very recent pattern that we identified.
Okay.
And this is something which we have not been using from almost 4 months. Because earlier we were using index futures data. Okay, but now they have again started adding this and making moves based on that. So again, we thought of discussing about this.
So otherwise, does it also mean that it is good to follow on the spot index also?
No, spot index. No. This is basically position-driven trend is what we are trying to say.
Okay.
I'll tell you. See, yesterday Bank Nifty didn't move anywhere, correct?
Correct.
So let's see the futures data for yesterday.
Okay.
This is 20th, right? And if you see, yesterday there was no consecutive addition in the futures at any point in time, which was greater than 50,000.
Exactly. Okay.
Right? And Bank Nifty didn't move anywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So here there was a addition, but if you combine not more than 3 is what I've mentioned. If you combine 3, it is not totaling to 50 also.
Yeah.
Right? So, and apart from that, if you see, there is no other interval where 50,000 has come up itself.
Okay.
So these days, there is no point in you and going and playing a trend basically.
Fair enough. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So that is what we are trying to.
Right?
That is what we are trying to explain. Basically, if you want a trending day, so you will be able to identify from the positions here. Okay. So if you see this in the first 3 intervals on 19th, right? You can see 30 plus 12 plus 14, which is crossing 50.
Correct.
Right, and like after 10 minutes or so, you got a trend of 450 points.
Okay.
So these things create direction basically. That's what I was trying to say.
Super. Understandable. Fantastic.
Yeah. So I just wanted to add on this so that because people are not following this way of looking at it, because it has been outdated earlier, and even I have suggested that don't look at futures data, but now is the time to get back onto that and focus onto that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the idea, basically a trend identification using futures. Okay.
Got it, Sudhir. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. Fine. Now let's do one thing. Let's start from this 18th of this week, because I think Friday was a holiday. 18th is the Monday of this week. Okay. Now, if you see, this is the starting of the week. Okay, and this is the starting of the week as in after expiry on Thursday, which had a very good move from 38,850 to 39,400 something odd. Right. So after that, this is the starting of the week, right after the expiry. and you see in the opening like 10-20 minutes or 30 minutes, you can see that filter appearing, right? And if you mark the low and high of that, um, like these two intervals, for example, right? Because the filter is already matching up within this, right? Or even the first interval because it is crossing 50k. So 39,943.2 and 39,616 is the low and high of this particular position built up range. Okay, so I'm just trying to get you day by day from 18th, where from this week started. Okay, so that you grab the full picture what exactly happened in this week. Okay, so to start with, this is a starting point. I'll just delete this. Okay, this is 18th. This is 18th. I'll just mark 39,940 and 39,616. Okay. Oops. Okay, there is some issue with the mouse. Fine. Sorry guys, I think there is some issue with the mouse. What is happening here? Fine. Something happened over here. Okay, fine. So roughly I'll take the range because the mouse is having some issues. So if you see what is visible on this screen, anything which goes below 39,600 and above 39,940 has failed for the week. Okay, and so that is from this day, which is the starting day, 18th of October, right? And then on 19th of October, so this is a range created in the first day, 39,943 to 616. Okay, and it has been respected for the entire day. And in the next day, we opened a gap up, and the first 15-minute candle close was above this range, and then it lagged fall up in the next candle. Okay, and at that place, we have already seen additions. I think it's not a good idea to continue, but what happened?
Really sorry, guys, but I'm not able to do anything.
You want to
Yeah,
start your computer and we can probably join the session again.
yeah, sure. Think I'm not able to really do anything with that mouse. I don't know what happened suddenly, but that's the thing. Uh, I hope like you understand the idea of it, like how to basically check this particular thing of index futures and how to identify which way the trend is going to be, right? So basically the idea is that you just find where the positions have been built up and you mark the high and low, and you see which side there's a failure that is coming, and the breakout will be opposite side of it, right? So this is the basic idea, and try to link it with data points from the weekly OA channels, then it would make sense basically. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can definitely reach out to us on WhatsApp, and we'll clarify, right? So using this concept, I think you can try checking from your end all the data from starting of October also, and see what questions do you get, and based on that I think I'll address that, and I think that should be able to give you enough clarity on this particular thing, right? So, and one more thing is that we can't discuss everything in single day, so we'll go topic by topic. So maybe in a week or so we'll discuss on another topic. So whatever the topic, please request it within the WhatsApp group, so that I'll be aware of what topic to discuss on the next week. So this topic I have discussed only because I felt the need of it. I felt the need of telling this to people that you should also focus on the index futures data, which has been very recent trend. So I thought of creating a session for this.
Right. So just taking a cue from what you just said. So I'm assuming that looking at the futures, that there are other methods that since I've just joined in. So do you have videos?
There are other methods, yeah.
So do you have any videos or recordings one can look at to kind of figure out?
Yes, sir. It is uploaded on YouTube. There are a couple of videos. You can have a look upon that. As last session we discussed mostly the like basic what do I say, like a comprehensive look at what the tool provides. So that would be a good start to start with, and from there I think you can focus on the individual things.
Fantastic. So yeah, you can just share the link on the chat.
Sure. I'll do, sir.
And people who have not registered for the OA website, so please sign up and send us the user ID password. We are here to approve it.
Yeah. So those who don't have the website access, please do register and send the username, so that we will be giving access to them.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's it for today. If you have any questions, you can ping in the group. I will try to answer that. Not a problem. Otherwise, I think we can wrap up the session.
The question I have, what the data we see in this slide?
Yeah.
Do you have any video of which data to look into and how to scan it up?
Yes, sir. Actually, in the last 1.5 hour video that I made, did you have a look at it?
Recent video you are talking about?
The last session that we had, right? 1.5 hour video, which link of it has been posted in WhatsApp group.
I'm not aware of this.
No, you are in the WhatsApp group, no? We have posted that link over there.
Okay. I will look into it.
Yeah. So in that link, I have discussed what exactly to look at, right? So maybe you're feeling this data is too much of data. So where to focus is what I think everybody will have a confusion, right? So that is where I have tried to explain what are the details that you have to look for relevant data, basically.
Yeah, it is a very small and precise data, but I've been that also.
Actually, your voice is coming very low, sir. I'm not able to understand properly.
Yeah, no, data is very precise and very nice data I'm talking. But still, I just wanted to what to look into the data, what inference we can draw.
Yeah. So basically, weekly OA channels will give a very precise data. It will not throw too much of data at you. Okay. The Bank Nifty option alerts and Nifty option alerts, they do throw some noise also at times because of the market movement. But weekly OI channel data, every alert that comes in there is important. Yeah. And weekly OI channel will only get alerts when there is a directional movement. Yeah.
So then, as of now, this is available only for indices, right? Not for the stocks.
Weekly channel, you mean?
No, the OI alerts.
No, we have for stock futures, no sir. Stock options we don't have because, if you ask me, hardly 10 to 15 stocks are liquid in Indian market for options.
Okay.
Remaining only gets liquid when there is some news around it.
Correct.
Otherwise, it is non-liquid only.
My question was like the same kind of exercise can be followed for stocks also.
What we discussed just now, right? What we discussed just now for the future. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So
and another silly question.
I have been doing that actually, so you can follow that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Another question, Sudhir, it might sound silly.
Yeah.
Is it advisable to do analysis on future and trade on spot?
You can't trade on spot, no sir. Index you can't trade on spot. Stocks you can definitely trade. There's no problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Because ultimately direction is what we are trying to analyze, and doesn't matter if you're trading futures or spot.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, no, I was coming from the point that options expiry is determined basis the spot expiry and not the future expiry. Hope I'm right.
Yeah, you are right, sir.
But settlement is a little bit right only, settlement basis. But minute to minute it usually moves along with the futures.
Okay.
Options usually take the futures as a basis to move.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. Fine, guys. If nobody has any questions, I think we can wrap up for today. That's it. Srujan, you want to add anything?
No, I just you announced now that on the website, if anyone wants to access, please register and send us the user ID. So on the personal chat, we'll subscribe you and we'll give access to the chat.
Yes, right. Yeah.
Srujan, announcement on the webinar.
A webinar here, there is no requirement. Here everyone is expert.
Okay. And one more thing, as I already mentioned, so any area that you want us to be having a session, please post in the WhatsApp group so that it will help us choose topics for discussion. Okay. Because that will help you learn better. So every week we'll try to have one session for a different topic. So please feel free to post that in the WhatsApp group.
And coming October 31st, we have a webinar on options in analysis and how to use spreads. So from 10 to 1 o'clock, 10 to 11:30. May extend to 11:30, that's it. Yes, so that close the.
Okay, guys. Thank you everyone for joining in.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, Sudhir. Thanks, Srujan.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.